One, Brandy Von Holton here. I'm about to go live with Gina Kuda. She is a cowgirl, a female rancher of Kuda Limousin Ranch, and she's going to do her first ever podcast. And so I'm having some technical difficulty. Look, we got to put my speakers up on freaking suitcase. Okay, whatever. Because nobody will ever know that. So I'm about to go live, and here we go. Welcome back to Country Tough with Brandy Von Holton. Today I have another cowgirl with me. Woo! Her name is Gina Kuda. Okay? What a cool name. Four letters, four letters. Gina is Gina and Kuda is Kuda. All right, so Gina, tell us about your business.
All right. Well, my business is I own a ranch in Russellville, Missouri. I raise black limousine cattle. We're not a huge operation, but we're definitely not tiny. And I don't know. That's pretty much what we do.
Okay, so Gina's been here, and she was like, Brandy, I see you doing all this social media stuff, and I need some help. Okay, so Gina reached out to me, and I was like, yeah, sure, most definitely, I can. That's what I do. I love doing that. That's actually one of my personal life goals is to be able to help 1,000 people. Like you are one of my 1,000. Okay, so Gina now has a website that's called Kuda Limousin Ranch. Okay, so for me, it took me forever to be able to spell limousine because it's not spelled the same way as like a car limousine. Okay, so for these, you chose limousine. So tell me why you chose that breed of cattle.
Well, when I was first introduced to limousine, I worked for a veterinary clinic, and I was exposed to a lot of different breeds of cattle. And I noticed right away when the limousine breed would walk in because they just had a presence about them. They had the definition, the muscling, the booty. I love seeing big booties on cattle.
Like a big old AQHA horse, like a big quarter horse butt. There's a big old limousine cattle butt.
Right, right.
Okay.
And then just their docility. I mean, they were just easier to work with. And that was the first thing I noticed about them. And then the more I watched them and the more I started researching, the more and more I liked what I was reading and seeing about them, and it just grew from there. I mean, I had to own them. I had to start. That's what was my registered breed that I decided to get serious about.
Okay, so I have learned so much about Gina over the last couple of days because she's been here for 2 days. She took advantage of my 2 day in person coaching. But I learned that she's a first generation cattle rancher, her and her husband are. So, first of all, let's back up. Tell me about this husband. How long have you been married? Tell me about your kiddos.
So my husband and I, we've been married. I think here,
Since 19 what?
93.
1993.
So it'll be creeping up on 31 years.
Okay.
We have two boys, and they are grown. I mean, there are. I think for a minute. 28 because one just turned 28 and the other one's 26.
Okay.
And one lives close by and one lives in Kansas City. It's interesting is that both of them work on what I want to say like the hearts of things. Like my younger son, he helps the surgeons work on hearts with people. The stents, the balloons. And then my older son, he works on the hearts of cars, so he's a mechanic.
Oh, okay.
So
all
very,
right.
both of them are very well in their job. They do very well in their jobs. I'm very proud of them.
What sports did they play in high school?
Actually, my oldest one was not. He was more into the mechanic and engineering kind of industry.
So he was a math elite.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
And then Seth, he was baseball.
Your youngest son was a baseball player?
Mm-hmm.
What sports did you play in high school?
I didn't. I didn't. So I grew up with our family. I'm one of seven,
Hmm.
and my parents said we don't have time to take you to
Yeah.
games.
Well, with
So
7 kids, I mean, there's not enough time between groceries and laundry and just trying to put food on the table. The rest of that stuff, it is a game. It's a sport at the end of the day, and they were probably just having to make sure that they got lights on and food
right,
down the hatch.
right,
So,
right.
well, in high school, I was a hurdler.
Oh wow.
You think I'd be a ground hugger, but I was a hurdler, and then I did some softball early on, and before that, I was in band. I
Hmm.
played the trumpet. Were you in band?
No,
No
no,
band, no choir.
no. I
Girl,
wish
you were working. You were having
I
to come
was,
home and
I was,
work.
and that's
Yeah.
what we did. I mean, we had my dad was a crop farmer, but we did have cattle and hogs because well, there were seven of us, so we had
Mhm.
to raise everything that we could eat, and
What
so
kind of row crops did you do?
he did corn, soybeans, wheat, milo. I think that was about it.
Okay. My dad, we were real close to the Red River around Texas, so he was actually a rice farmer.
Oh wow.
You know, a lot of people think he would be Asian, and I'm
Mm.
like, no,
Oh,
no, there's rice farmed in the United States. You know,
right.
so like my dad was a rice farmer, and then he did soybeans and cattle, and then the thing that took my family away from being a row cropper was in Texas. We had 3 years of drought in a row,
Oh
and
no.
that just devastated him. So
Yeah.
then he went into being a semi truck driver after that. He was gone on the road. So, all right. So, were you just driving tractors and
Yeah. So my job when I was younger was to take care of the herd, and that
mhm,
I'd ride my horse out there, I'd find new calf, and actually I was banding the calves as soon as they were born, so I turned them into steers, and then yeah, we were out in the field, whatever Dad needed us to do. So we were either pulling weeds or out of the bean
mhm.
fields, walking the bean fields, or driving the tractor. So
Okay. Well, you know what? I have so many different people that tune into my podcast because it's a three combination of topics we have. I have people that are in the equine industry. Well, cattle is equine, close to it. I mean, it's not equine, but you
mhm,
have horses also. But
mhm,
usually those things go pair and pair.
mhm,
And then I have a business owner, which you're also in the business owner. And then I have myself talking about a topic. Well, you and I have been acquaintances and friends for quite some time because you've
yeah,
done horse stuff here
mhm,
and you've come in trail roads. And we used to host AHCA, the American
mhm,
Horsemen's Challenge Association. And I see that you've got pictures of you doing that
mhm,
with your horse and obstacles. But I know you've got a heart horse right now, like a horse that is,
mhm.
it's got your heart. So tell us about your heart horse.
Well, he is an American paint horse. I
What's
bought
his
him.
name?
His well, his official name is Jose Manucos Cutter, but I just call him Cutter, just
Okay.
so easier.
Yeah.
But anyways, I had bought him as a yearling. I've had him. He could be 23. Yeah, he'll be 23 this year, and he is probably the only second horse I've owned that has had my heart. He is just he's special. I mean, him and I just connect really well, and I
Okay.
just hate to think to have to ever replace him.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that'll ever happen.
Mm. So I've got KTM, and I got his mother when I was 8 years old, and now he is 19.
Mm,
But I don't think he's going to have a long, long life. You
mm,
know that because he's got a long back, and I don't know, and he seems like he's aging fast on me. And I'm like, no, 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 no,
right.
no, slow down, little buddy, slow
You hate to
down.
lose him.
Oh, we do. I mean, like our horses are part of the family.
Mhm.
I mean, I had his mother before I had boobs, before I had to shave. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
I've had his mom for a long time, and to think that KTM is her last baby. I wrote a children's book about him, and his book, the main theme is about how having um, it's about how one person can make a difference and about how one horse can make a difference. So, I mean, look at my husband and I have a horse trail riding facility. It's called Von Holton Ranch. And my passion for horses came from KTM's mother. So, Silk Chick, her name was Silk Chick Long, and I called her Silk Chick.
Mhm.
And, Silk Chick, just put this passion for equine in me. You
Mhm.
know, to the point that we have this trail riding facility. Like my life directed me towards having this trail facility because of that love that I had for that horse.
Mhm.
So like they're part of who we are,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah.
So you have the horse. Do you have any dogs or anything? Any cats? Tell us all about all your animals.
Oh goodness. So I do. I have 3 dogs. One is she'll be I think 14 this year. She was a rescue. She's a little some kind of a mixed breed terrier. She's if she was a big dog, she'd be scary. And she tries to do it all. She tries to help us herd and everything else. For a little 15-pound dog, she's just like
She's
just a,
a charge.
yeah, she is. She's something else.
You know.
And then I have a Aussie Doodle, a standard Aussie Doodle, and she just loves everybody. I mean, she was like the best dog. She was great for when my husband was going through cancer. I mean, she just wanted to love on him, and that's what he needed. And then the newest addition is a little miniature Australian Shepherd. She's a pistol. She's
Oh yeah.
she's something else. She's got a personality all her own.
Girl, you see my dog over here. She's fat and sassy, and I have to deworm that dog once a month because she won't stop eating rabbits.
Oh,
I'm like, girlfriend,
yeah,
like, I can't help her lose weight because if I limit dog food, she's just gonna get another rabbit. And I'm actually proud of her because she's so fat. I can't believe she can catch
that's
them,
what
and
I was
I'm
gonna
just like,
say.
go ahead, girl, I love you. Yeah, showing that chubby animals can catch things like rabbits.
Mm.
So, okay, so tell us now this cattle operation. Okay, so my husband and I have bought 2 bulls from you. We had Gambler, and then you can't keep a bull for forever because if you want to keep your heifers, you can't have daddy and sister
Or
doing
daddy and daughter. Yeah.
daddy and daughter. That's what I meant. Can't have
Mhm.
daddy and daughter doing things. Okay,
Right. Right.
so we end up having to get another bull. So we had Gambler, and now we have Cade.
Mhm.
Okay, so we're on our second bull from you, and my husband loves them. Okay, because before we bought your bulls, we had a bull that would attack us. I mean, my husband, he had carpal tunnel surgery, and he was sprinting. He had to use that calf to hold on to the top rail of a fence
Oh my.
and slingshot himself over
Oh my.
because that bull was trying to smear him into the ground. Okay,
Oh my.
so my husband's like, we need a gentler bull.
Mhm.
We need something that is docile. But then, in addition to it having a good um, disposition, we want those babies to have a low birth weight because it's easier to come on out of mama.
Mhm.
And but then after they're born small, we need them to go ahead and get big,
That's
okay?
right. Get
Because
them to grow.
they're sold by the pound,
That's right.
so we need a lot of pounds.
Mhm.
So, so we found Gina, and we knew you from horse competition, and you were
Right.
coming here. And then my husband's like, I think that this one's halter broke. And we know you don't halter break all of them,
Mhm.
but he's like, we'd seen that you had been taking them to some shows. We didn't even care what show you went to. We just liked that you took them somewhere.
Mhm.
So you got this big old animal that you're leading into a trailer, you
Mhm.
know? So
Mhm.
tell us about um, the genetics and some of the programs and if they're registered. So tell us all. It's time to shine, okay? I want you to tell us the the shiny parts of your business.
All right. So like I said earlier, the limousine breed has the muscling in it. So that does just muscle weighs more than fat. So it really,
What?
so it really is more more pounds that you can put on these calves is going to pay you more in the end. So I wanted to with my bulls I wanted to get out and I wanted to expose them because they've always say that I can have anybody can have the best thing in the world, but if nobody knows that you have them because you're not getting out,
Hmm.
then you're it's not doing any good.
Right. So you're showing just to get your
Name out
bulls
there.
known and people
Mhm.
being so yeah, little the ribbons mean something because you're out being exposed and those people at the competitions and the pictures you're taking for social media,
Mhm.
it gives you content to talk about and then people are getting to meet you.
Right, right. So I wanted to take bulls out. I wanted to get them exposed, and so you only way you can do that is by halter breaking them.
Mhm.
So they start. I started halter breaking them when they're weanlings, and they're 600-700 pounds when I started doing that.
Yeah.
So it takes not a lot of time, but a little bit of time.
So if you could think about halter breaking a sumo wrestler for the first time in your life, that's not small.
No.
That's big.
Yeah, that's
So
big.
you're like, okay, let me get them while they're little.
Right,
Yeah.
right, yeah, because I really don't want to start, when they're 1,000 pounds, 1,200 pounds, a
Right.
lot bigger. I don't want to do that, but it helps by halter breaking them. I've noticed that as they got older, it was just easier and easier to work with them. So